Tonight we're making a classic side dish from France, creamy and cheesy potatoes au gratin. We'll use Yukon Gold potatoes and combine them with heavy cream, egg yolks, salt and pepper, white pepper and nutmeg, and 4 ounces each of gruyere, Gouda, and Parmesan Reggiano cheese. Then we'll bake them in the oven and sprinkle on some paprika for additional flavor and color. This French side dish is a staple in all of France, and it's served in many fine dining restaurants and bistros in Paris. The taste is absolutely amazing, and it doesn't cost a lot of money to make. It's a taste of Paris tonight in the kitchen. It's going to be delicious, so stick around and we'll show you how we make it.
My name is Mark Phillips. I've been in the food and beverage business for over 30 years. Throughout my career, I've had the opportunity to be in over 10,000 kitchens from around the world. Each week, I travel to a different city and get the opportunity to call on some of the most amazing chefs in the industry. The Kitchen of Chef Mark is a channel dedicated to showing you how you too can make fine dining, restaurant quality food right in your own home. We'll travel together, we'll cook together, and we'll have some fun along the way. Welcome to the Kitchen of Chef Mark. Now let's get cooking. It's a taste of Paris in the kitchen tonight. We're making potatoes au gratin, the classic side dish from France. Our mise en place for 2 people, 5 medium-sized Yukon Gold potatoes, 1 large clove of garlic chopped and minced, 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, 4 ounces of freshly grated cheddar cheese, 4 ounces of freshly grated Gouda cheese, 4 ounces of freshly grated Parmesan Reggiano cheese, 2 egg yolks, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, pepper, and white pepper, and 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg. One note about the cheeses used. The true French version of this recipe uses gruyere cheese. We didn't have any, so we used cheddar instead. You can actually use any cheese that you want, but for the sake of authenticity, I wanted to mention that gruyere is the cheese used in the French version that they make in France. In preparation of our dish tonight, I recommend that you grate your cheese yourself. Although you can buy cheese already shredded and grated in the store, some store-bought shredded cheeses have preservatives and anti-caking additives in them. The same principle applies with the garlic. Chop and mince it yourself. Add salt to a pot of boiling water. Slice the potatoes into 1/4-inch slices and then add them to the pot of water. We don't want to fully cook the potatoes, just parboil them for about 15 minutes. Next, we'll start working on our cheese sauce. Add the heavy cream to a small pot on the stove and heat it up slowly, stirring often to ensure that the cream does not scorch. In a medium-sized bowl, add in the egg yolks and begin to whisk in the heavy cream a little at a time. We need to temper the eggs with the hot cream. If you pour it in all at once, the eggs will scramble, so do it slowly and whisk in all of the cream into the egg yolks. Add the minced garlic into the bowl and whisk it in. Then add in the salt, pepper, and nutmeg and whisk it in too. Drain the potatoes, then put them onto a cookie sheet with a towel to absorb the excess moisture. Coat the entire pan with butter and begin to layer the potatoes into the pan. The reason we're using a tall bread pan instead of a shallower glass dish is because we're going to use a cutting ring to plate the finished product onto our plate later. The cutting ring gives the potatoes au gratin a nice professional look, which you'll see later on in the video. Next, add a layer of the shredded cheeses. And then add about a third of the cream sauce and submerge the potatoes and cheese so that the sauce covers the top of the potatoes and cheese layer. Repeat the layering process with the potatoes, cheese, and cream sauce until the pan is full. We had about 3 layers of each in our pan. Make sure that the final layer is with the shredded cheddar cheese. We want the top of the potatoes au gratin to have a nice layer of browned cheese on it, so save a little of the shredded cheddar cheese for the top layer. Next, we'll wrap the pan of potatoes au gratin with a sheet of aluminum foil. We're going to bake the potatoes for an hour and a half in the oven with the foil. After the hour and a half has passed, remove the aluminum foil and add a pinch of paprika over the top of the potatoes. And then put the potatoes back into the oven for 20 more minutes uncovered. This will help to get the top brown. You can also put them under the broiler for a few minutes too, but the way that we're doing it in the oven ensures proper cooking while browning at the same time. Allow the potatoes to cool for about 30 minutes before serving. This will help them to stay together. We're using a stainless steel cutting ring and a fork to portion out our potatoes. The cutting ring helps to give the potatoes au gratin a nice plate presentation. Look how nice and brown the top came out. That extra 20 minutes uncovered in the oven gives us the perfect look. I want to thank our friends at International Tableware Incorporated in Toledo, Ohio, for providing us with the plate for tonight's presentation. This plate comes from their Luna collection featuring earthen colors and unique shapes. And there it is! Potatoes au gratin, the classic side dish from France. Yukon Gold potatoes with butter, garlic, egg yolks, heavy cream, cheddar cheese, Gouda cheese, Parmesan Reggiano cheese, seasoned with salt, white pepper, nutmeg, and garnished with paprika and fresh parsley. It was a taste of Paris in the kitchen tonight. It was delicious! Until next time, bon appetit!